Holy moly, guacamole. Dímelo, mi gente, que lo que. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people still talking about what transpired this past weekend in the Barclays Center, New York City, my city. Lamont Roach, beautiful performance versus Gervonta Davis, but they robbed him, as you all know. Come on, man. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it honest. Let's keep it unbiased, logically, and objectively. I know there's a lot of Tank fans out there, but let's be real. Lamont Roach beat him and got robbed. Robbery. They robbery him in broad daylight, my friends. But. Also, let's humble our thoughts. Is Lamont Roach still a better fighter than Gervonta Davis? If Gervonta Davis, with his skills and his arsenal, when it's coexisting at the highest level, is Lamont Roach better than Gervonta Davis? I'm going to tell you like this. I still don't think he's a better all-around fighter than Gervonta Davis. But, I believe he's a good, really, really good technical fighter. But he's Gervonta Davis kryptonite. And by being Gervonta Davis kryptonite, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's better than Gervonta Davis. It just means that he's probably the guy that got his number. Now, let me give you a couple of examples of what I'm talking about. Remember Ricardo Mayorga? Remember Ricardo Mayorga versus Forrest? Who has better skill set? Mayorga or Forrest? Forrest had better skill set. Better skill set. But Ricardo Mayorga had his number. Right? Also, let me bring this to the table. A lot of people didn't give Lamont Roach credit going into the fight. And a lot of people, I believe that a lot of people in the sport of boxing owe Lamont Roach an apology, right? Because a lot of people was shitting on him. A lot of people didn't give him the benefit of the doubt. A lot of people, and I was saying that y'all follow the channel, subscribe to the channel. This is Punch Wrong Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. I was saying that respect Lamont Roach. If y'all frustrated with Gervonta Davis, pick a Lamont Roach, at least give Lamont Roach the benefit of the doubt as a champion. And like we all say in the sport of boxing, we always want to push these fighters, these champions to dare to be great. You know what? He dared to be great, but y'all didn't give him the benefit of the doubt. Y'all didn't respect him. And I think that a lot of people in the sport of boxing, the pundits, the YouTube boxing content creators, the Twitter account holders, we owe Lamont Roach, Lamont Cucaracha, an apology. But let's go back to this. There's a lot of examples of why Lamont Roach actually did good. Not just because he had some good technical, he's technically sound, had a good game plan, and shout out to his father. Shout out to Lamont Roach by following the game plan and stuff like that. And drawing the game plan, following the game plan, executing the game plan. But is that he knows Gervonta Davis. He's been in the ring with Gervonta Davis, sparred, has fought in the amateurs ever since they was kids. So his experience is good, is great experience compared to how we analyze or assess experience in the sport of boxing or whatever level and things of that nature, right? He has great experience with Gervonta Davis. And when you have great experience with Gervonta Davis or, vice versa amongst each other, there's going to be a close, a good fight. It was a competitive fight throughout the rounds. Even though that I gave Lamont Roach most of the rounds, it was still each and every round was still competitive. It was high level boxing, right? It's almost like when Oscar De La Hoya and Shane Mosley. Oscar De La Hoya and Shane Mosley known each other since they was kids, right? So their matchup was competitive. It was 50-50, right? Mosley, there's some people that feel like Mosley lost the second fight. He won the first fight, but everything was nick and tuck. Everything was, you know what I'm saying? It was a 50-50 fight, during their pro fights, right? Because they know each other. They had experience with one another, right? Also, let's say Sean Porter versus Keith Von Tom Thurman. Sean Porter and Keith Von Tom Thurman used to spar when they was teenagers and stuff like that, leading up to their pros and stuff. They know each other very, very well, came from the same class. Their matchup was highly competitive. There's people that felt like, damn, Sean Porter won that fight. I felt like that Keith Thurman actually won the fight, and it was a perfect scorecard out there in the Barclays Center as well. It was a close fight. Let's also not forget other matchups like Canelo Alvarez versus Triple G. Canelo Alvarez versus Triple G used to spar before they even met each other in the pros. They had a couple of camps together and things of that nature in which Triple G know Canelo Alvarez know Triple G. So there's experience there, you know what I'm saying, and knowing one another, and that's what makes it even a harder fight, right? So there's a lot of instances in the sport of boxing where people know each other. They have grown to they fought each other in the amateurs. Look at Ryan Garcia versus Devin the Dream Haney. If it wasn't for the knockdowns, it was still a close fight. If it wasn't for the knockdowns, if you think about it, right? I think that Devin Haney was actually doing good boxing. If you eliminate the knockdowns, Devin Haney could have won that fight. Probably 116, 112. It wasn't for the knockdowns, right? So it was still a close fight. They're gonna have the rematch. Hopefully, that Devin Haney beats Jose Ramirez and Ryan Garcia beats Rolly Romero May 2nd in Times Square, New York City. Y'all already know Teofimo Lopez is going to be performing that as well versus Arnold Barbosa, right? So the Ryan Garcia and the Devin Haney fight is going to be a close fight probably again because they know each other. They fought 6 times in the amateur, fought 1 time in the pros, and it's going to be the 8th time fighting one another, and they have sport as well. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that still overall, if the arsenal was coexisting at the highest level, you know what I'm saying? Let's say Lamont Roach and Gervonta Davis. I still edge Gervonta Davis as a better overall fighter in terms of skill set, athleticism, twitch, muscle, and all of that, right? I think that Gervonta Davis is unfortunately, adopting the mindset of a Deontay Wilder. Meaning that Deontay Wilder said one time that his opponents have to be perfect for 12 rounds, and he only got to be perfect for 1 second. It seems like with the skill set of Gervonta Davis, he got too much of a skill set to he should not be abandoning his jab. He should put more punches together. He should have way better output and for his size. Like a guy his size throw a lot of punches. Gervonta Davis don't throw a lot of punches, man. He throw just as much punches as Danny Swift Garcia. You feel me? And shout out to Danny Swift Garcia as well. That's why I wanted to see a Danny Garcia versus a Bud Crawford a long time ago because they was rivalries in the amateurs as well, right? So you never know when you know each other how competitive it's going to be, or we should assess it that way. But Lamont Roach. Gervonta, don't think because Lamont Roach did what he did that everybody else is gonna do the same thing to Gervonta Davis. I still think that Gervonta Davis still could edge the fight with a Devin Haney, still could edge the fight with a rematch with Ryan Garcia, probably could edge the fight with Shakur Stevenson. I think that fight is gonna be tough in the lightweight division with Shakur Stevenson because Gervonta Davis is the type where he give up rounds. You know what I'm saying? He start off slow, and you can't start off slow with a guy like Shakur Stevenson. If you don't knock out Shakur Stevenson, it's gonna end up like Lamont Roach. You feel me? But people could still see Gervonta Davis as the favorite. Again, it was a competitive fight. Nobody demoralized each other this past weekend in the Barclays Center. So, but maybe Lamont Roach is the kryptonite to Gervonta Davis. Now, a lot of people have triangle theories. Do you believe that Lamont Roach could be will be Shakur Stevenson? Do you believe that Lamont Roach could be Teofimo Lopez, the guy that we've been linking up Gervonta Davis, in which a lot of people were saying that Gervonta Davis could beat them? Do you think that Lamont Roach could beat Vasily Lomachenko? Do you think that Lamont Roach could beat Keyshawn Davis? Because before the fight, many people were saying that Gervonta Davis beat all these guys, right? He's the favorite to beat all these guys. Even if we go to the 140-pound division, he could beat all these guys. Even though that, in my opinion, the legacy fight of this generation was Teofimo Lopez versus Gervonta Davis, and Teofimo Lopez, I believe, will beat Gervonta Davis at 140-pound division. But the skills, the talent, the natural ability, the athleticism of both fighters, the IQ. And I think that's one of the things that a lot of people haven't given Gervonta Davis the benefit of the doubt in terms of his IQ, because he's been knocking everybody else out. People don't see the little things that he does well. He is good. Footwork. He is good fighting on the outside as well. You know what I'm saying? He is a good counter puncher. I think he just doesn't overwhelm his opponent like he should, and he has the skill set to do so. Again, I think he has fallen in love with his freakish power. That now he's just not going all out, not dictating the pace, not dictating the fight. He's not being the ring general. He was the ring general versus Frank Martin, but in the other fight, it looked like he's catching up. Like versus Leo Santa Cruz. It was still a close fight. Versus Mario Barrios, it was still a close fight. Versus even Rolly Romero, it was still a close fight before the knockout. You feel me? Leading to the knockout was still a close fight. Maybe Gervonta Davis is winning 1 or 2 rounds, or maybe he's tied, or maybe he's losing 1 round, leading up to losing a round, leading up to the TKO or the stoppage or the knockout, whatever, right? I think that Lamont Roach, as we've seen, and they know each other real well. He's not scared of Gervonta Davis. He was picking him apart. He was countering every time that Gervonta Davis landed a punch. Lamont Roach landed a punch. He was fighting better on the inside. He controlled the center of the ring. I think that Lamont Roach is the kryptonite to Gervonta Davis. Yet that doesn't necessarily mean that everybody else could do what Lamont Roach could do. You know what I'm saying? You probably could mimic that, but that doesn't mean that you know Gervonta Davis like Lamont Roach. So again, is Lamont Roach better than Gervonta Davis because he beat him in a lot of people's eyes? Again, I believe that Lamont Roach should appeal this fight. Appeal the damn fight, Lamont Roach. Do not let nobody talk you out of appealing this fight. Remember, this is boxing. It's every man by themselves. There's gonna be people out there that the powers that be is gonna try to convince you not to appeal the fight. I believe you got a good chance, a great chance of appealing the fight and winning the fight, and they give you the W because, of course, they didn't count when Gervonta Davis actually put his knee on the canvas and stuff like that. He started to count Steve Willis, so you appeal it, and also the corner was not supposed to work on Gervonta Davis, and that's an automatic disqualification. So you should get that W if you appeal. The evidence is all there, and even Gervonta Davis said that I took a knee because I didn't want to be hit. So he even acknowledged that he took a knee. Steve Willis acknowledged that he took a knee as well in the audio. If you really listen to what he was saying to Gervonta Davis, so you'll win the appeal. You win the appeal, and now you got power. Now you could, have leverage in the negotiations. Gervonta Davis is gonna want that right back, right? You could shop around that fight, maybe shop it with Turkey and things of that nature. He's giving the bag and stuff like that, but at least you put yourself in a position where there's gonna be an even playing field, politically wise. If you do appeal and win the appeal, and then you got bargaining chips, you got a good hand, you got good cards. And I think that he should appeal that fight. But if both these guys, if their skills, intellect, arsenal coexisting at the highest level, who's a better fighter? I give a slight to Gervonta Davis still. I'm not saying they're there, but I think that because the athleticism gets him over the top. Gervonta Davis' athleticism gets him over the top. The natural ability, things that you can't teach in the gym, you give that over the top. But Lamont Roach is right there, and he showed that this past weekend. I just think that Lamont Roach is the kryptonite to Gervonta Davis. And being the kryptonite, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're the better fighter. Is that you just got this guy's number. Let me know what y'all think. Put it in the comment section. Shout out to Lamont Roach and his team. Shout out to Gervonta Davis. Hopefully, you cut that hair and stuff like that, and you change braiders and make sure they ain't got no chemicals, all right? Go to the Africans in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? They don't put no chemicals. They use natural. Gervonta Davis come to Harlem, and we're not going to put all that chemical in your hair like that beast that did that to you. Okay, Gervonta Davis? Gervonta, come to Harlem, and we're not going to put chemicals. We're going to braid your hair. Hey, in Harlem, let me say it like this. You could be bald, and they'll find a way to braid your hair. Take your pubic hairs or something like that, put it on top of your head, but they'll braid your hair. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is Punch Wrong Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moonshine himself, a.k.a. El Adobo, a.k.a. El Sazón, a.k.a. El Borracho, a.k.a. Café Bustelo, a.k.a. El Pastor de Boxeo. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Love you, God bless. And on to the next.